You want to start your own business, but you don't know where to begin. You want to start your own business, but you don't have any money. What kind of a business should I start? Have you ever asked yourself this question? Well, hang on till the end of this episode because I have some ideas which I want to share with you today. So let's get into it. Welcome to episode 41 of the Rohit Radio Show. This is your host Rohit, and I help people achieve the freedom of time, the freedom of money, and the freedom of location so that they can spend more time with their family, travel more, and live a more real and a fulfilling life. Now, if you are thinking what kind of a business should I start, then in this episode, I want to give you some context which can help you answer that question to yourself. But before we get into that, I want to invite you to come and attend my free financial freedom masterclass in which I teach people how to escape the 9 to 5 rat race in less than 5 years. This masterclass is 100% online. It is free. When you sign up, you get your login details and you have lifetime access to it. So go ahead and claim your lifetime access to this masterclass. I will put the link in the description box below. This masterclass will get you started on your journey towards your goal of financial independence. All right, coming back to our topic, a lot of people have this question in their mind: what kind of a business should I start? Let me give you some context here. The reason why I decided to take this topic is that my mentor Robert Kiyosaki taught me years ago that one of the fastest ways to achieve financial freedom is to start your own business. Financial freedom comes when your total monthly passive income either equals or exceeds your total monthly expense. And passive income comes from assets. And there are four broad types of asset classes: real estate, commodities, paper assets, and business. Out of these four asset classes, the best asset class which can take you to financial freedom quickly is your own business. So please pay attention to what I am going to be discussing here with you today because this is directly related to you achieving your goal of financial independence. If you can get this thing right, if you can start your own business and make it successful, there is no other way that can take you to financial freedom which is faster than this way. So, what I have done here is I have listed down 21 different criteria that you must be considering before you start your own business. Research proves that 90% of the businesses that are started fail in the first 5 years of their operations. This is the reason why the criteria that you use to start your business is extremely important. Now, out of these 21 different criteria below, try to hit at least 15 of them. That should be more than enough, I think. You can't hit all of them because every business model is unique in its own way. So let's begin. Number one, 1000 customers per day. Don't start a business which will never have the capability to handle 1000 customers per day. Let me give you an example. Let's say you are sitting at a Starbucks cafe and you are enjoying your coffee. After 5 minutes, you see that 1000 people have gathered outside the cafe to have their coffee as well. Now, tell me one thing: is this cafe capable of handling 1000 customers walking into the store? It is logistically impossible, right? Globally, Starbucks is serving millions of customers. However, if we look at this one cafe outlet as an individual business unit, it is not capable of handling 1000 customers per day because it has limited supplies and inventory. Plus, it has limited seating capacity and manpower. However, on the other hand, you look at Amazon. Amazon can handle 1000 customers per minute. Forget about handling 1000 customers per day. So you can clearly see the difference between these two business systems here. So when you are going to start your own business, try to build the foundation of that business such that in the future it is capable of handling at least 1000 customers every single day, which means to make your business systems dependent, not people dependent, which is what Amazon has done exactly. Your small business may not be able to handle a lot of customers in the initial days or months of the business, but over a period of time, it should be able to scale to a level where it can handle 1000 customers per day. In my business, I would be happy to have 1000 customers per day because I am selling a digital product, and that too globally. So I have installed systems in my business which are 100% online, which allows me to handle 1000 customers every single day. The second criteria is it must not require your physical presence. Do not start a business which constantly requires you to be physically present, because if your business requires your time, it is not actually a business. In that case, you yourself are the business, and that is not a scalable model, right? Your business system should be so strong that it should make money on its own without requiring your physical presence. Now, I have an e-learning business, and it really does not require my physical presence. If any student wants to sign up to my course, he can do so anytime he wants, even while I am sleeping. That is the kind of business that you must get into. Again, in the initial days, this might not be possible, but over a period of a few weeks or months, your business must reach a stage where it really doesn't require you to be physically present. It must run on autopilot. That's a true business. Number three, the ability to operate with just a laptop and a mobile phone. Do not start a business which cannot be operated fully with a laptop and a mobile phone. If you need more than a laptop and a mobile phone to operate the business, then that is not a business that you should be getting into. See, we are living in the information age right now. We are living in the 21st century right now. Technology has advanced enough such that everything in your business can be managed with either a laptop or a mobile phone. So, if you want to scale fast, make sure you don't get into a business that cannot be operated online. Number four, not dependent on the Wi Fi or the internet. Now, for your business to operate seamlessly, make sure it is not dependent on your Wi Fi or internet. So, for some reason, if the Wi Fi or internet at your office is not working, it must not hamper the daily operations of your business. Let me give you an example. If you go to the bank and the server there is not working, the people working in the bank will feel handicapped because they are relying on their systems to serve their customers. However, if your business and your products are completely on the cloud and are not dependent on you having an internet connection all the time, then your business can work smoothly and seamlessly. Example, in my business, I am providing digital products. These products are already available on online platforms. So, for some reason, if there is a power cut in my house, which by the way is my office, students from all over the world can still sign up to my digital training programs and they can get lifetime access, right? So, not having internet at my home does not hinder the growth of my business. Please keep this point in mind. Number five, electricity independent. Let's say that there is a power cut at your office or at your home office. If that is affecting the operations of your business, then that is a business that you should not get into. Let's go back to the example of Starbucks cafe. If for some reason the air conditioner is not working or the coffee machine is not working because of some abrupt power cut, do you think that business can operate smoothly in that kind of a scenario? No, right? They will have to wait for that power to come back, or they need to install some alternate power source like an inverter, which is an increase in cost for the business, right? So that cafe is completely dependent on the supply of electricity. Whereas in my business, it doesn't matter whether I have electricity or whether I have internet at my house 24 by 7, because my products are on the cloud. As long as my customers can buy my products online, my business is doing fine. My business is working fine. Even if I am on a vacation, my business does not require me to be at my home or at my laptop all the time. That's the kind of business to get into. Your business should not be dependent either on electricity or on the internet. Number six, zero employees. Make sure your business is systems dependent, not people dependent. Gone are the days of having employees and headaches related to managing employees. These days, you can choose to work with freelancers and virtual assistants from all over the world. Why would you work with full time employees when you can actually hire people on an hourly basis? Don't get into a business where you will need full time employees. This will save you a lot of money and a lot of headache. Number seven, no office. This is a mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make. Before they even have a single customer, they spend a lot of money renting an office space, putting furniture, buying software and hardware, and things like that. And then they start a business only to figure out that their product does not have a market at all. Don't do that. Start a business from your home. As I said earlier, any business which cannot be operated from your laptop or a mobile phone should not be started at all. Save all that money that you would spend trying to set up an office. I am in the third year of my business and I still don't have an office, and my business revenue grows month after month because my business is online. It does not require my physical presence, which is why I get time to do videos like this and serve my audience with valuable content. I also work with virtual assistants and people who work on a contract basis. All of them are working from remote locations. So, why would I put my money setting up an office? I would use that same money to invest in Facebook ads or Google ads, which can get customers to my products, right? That is a better use of my money. Number eight, no marketing collaterals. When I started my business, I ended up wasting some of my money trying to create a logo. I wasted money trying to print leaflets and brochures. I wasted money by printing business cards. Then I came across a book written by Chris Guillebeau, which was titled The $100 Startup. In that book, Chris says that you only need three things to start a business: a customer, a product, and a way to get paid online. You don't need a logo, a brochure, a leaflet, or a business card, or even a website. All you need is a product to sell, a way to get paid online, and a customer who is willing and able to buy the product. As long as those three conditions are met, you are in business. So don't waste your money on creating marketing collaterals. Number nine, setup time must be less than 2 months. Any business that takes more than 2 months just to set up should not be started at all. You don't want to end up spending the next 2 to 3 years in a business which does not generate a single dollar in revenue. If it takes you just 2 to 3 years simply to start the business, then tell me what's the point in starting the business at all. Start a business which can be quickly set up in less than 2 months and can start generating revenue immediately. That gives you validation. That tells you that there is a demand for whatever you are offering. Because once you know that there is a demand for the product that you are offering, then you can think of aggressively scaling that business. Number 10, it must be 100% digital. Let me say this in simple words: start an online business. I cannot say it more clearly than that. Don't get into a brick and mortar business. Not only will it take time to set up, but also you will be heavily invested in that business. However, an online business can be set up very quickly. The idea can be validated very quickly. And if at all you feel that the business is not working, you can close shop quickly without losing a lot of money. So the cost of failure in an online business is very small. So that is why I say start an online business. Number 11, start a pandemic proof business. The coronavirus pandemic hit the world in March 2020 and the whole world went into a lockdown. Hotels, restaurants, bars, spas, salons, grocery shops, cafes, multiplexes, theaters, etc., all went into a lockdown. None of these businesses were working during that lockdown. Imagine the kind of financial pain that the owners of these businesses must have endured during that period. And this lockdown, in some way or the other, has lasted for almost 2 years now. This has increased the uncertainty factor for business owners. Some of these businesses were never restarted, they went down. So make sure that when you start a business, it is pandemic proof. I launched my first product in March 2020. It was the exact month when the world went into a lockdown. I can tell you that ever since that month, my revenue has kept on growing. This happened simply because I designed the business in such a way that it was not dependent on government policies. While starting the business, I did not anticipate a pandemic kind of a situation. However, the foundation that I set up for this business was such that the pandemic never affected the business. That is why I reiterate, start an online business. Every online business has flourished during the pandemic because due to the pandemic, the entire world went online. Number 12, regular revenue must start in less than 6 months. Start a business which has the potential to generate revenue regularly, at least on a monthly basis, within a period of 6 months. You want to be in a business which generates revenue regularly. You don't want to be in a business which gives you cash flow in a month and then you have to wait for a couple of months to get the next cash flow in the fourth month. The business must generate at least some kind of revenue every single month, if not every single week. Initially, when you start the business, you might not see revenue, but over the period of next 6 months, it should at least give you the confidence that the business has potential to generate regular revenue month after month. That confidence you will get only when customers start buying your product or service. Number 13, $500 per month in passive income in less than 1 year. Whatever business you start, it must have the potential to start generating at least $500 per month in after tax passive income within 1 year of starting the business. So for example, if I start my business today and if I complete 1 year, then from the 13th month, the business should give me at least $500 per month in after tax passive income. I am talking about profits. I am not talking about revenue. The net amount that you should get in your pocket is minimum $500 every single month. The more the merrier. Now, $500 seems to be a very small amount. However, since this income will be passive income which does not require your physical presence, this money will have a lot of value to you because this money does not require your time to come in. Ask anyone you know if they can earn $500 extra without working, would they accept the deal? I am sure they will. I would have accepted that. Number 14, digital products. Forget about creating a physical product. If you are starting a business, you are going to create a digital product or you are going to sell other people's digital products. It is easy to create, it is faster to create. You can sell unlimited copies of the same product. It does not have any storage cost. It can scale your business fast. There is no marginal cost of creating an additional product. How many more benefits do I need to tell you? There are some businesses where the physical product requires refrigeration. Imagine how costly that can be for that business. You not only need electricity, you also need refrigeration to preserve those products. That's the problem with having a physical product business. To create each additional product, you have to spend money. So there is a marginal cost attached to every new product that gets created, plus storage, of course. But for a digital product, it is only a one time creation cost. Say, for example, you create an ebook and you price that ebook for $10. You can sell 1 million copies of that book to generate a revenue of $10 million, right? You don't have to write that book 10 million times. And since it is digital, it can be delivered instantly. There are no courier charges here. Can you now see the power of a digital product compared to a physical product business? There are a lot of restrictions as to what you can do with a physical product. But when it comes to a digital product, the sky is the limit. Number 15, zero customer support. The best businesses are those businesses which do not provide any customer support. Sounds counterintuitive, right? However, I am referring to those kind of businesses where the product itself is so good that the customer doesn't have to come to the business for any kind of support. Take the example of Apple, the laptop that I am working on right now. I remember buying this 4 years ago. Now, this is a MacBook Air. To this date, as long as I can remember, I have never contacted the Apple support team because the product itself is great. The product solves my problem and the product works perfectly fine. It has been doing so for the past 4 years without giving me any kind of headache. This kind of a business is called as a zero customer support business. So when you are creating your product, ensure that the product itself is so good that when the product is delivered, all of the value that you have to deliver is packaged in the product itself, so that the customer never has to come back to you. Because trust me, if you get into customer support, you will find yourself working in the business, not on the business. That will be a complete disaster. That will not be passive income for you, because you will have to spend hours answering customer queries. So you have to make sure that whatever queries you anticipate from your customers are already answered within the product itself. So your product must be a complete package in itself. This will save you a lot of time and money, trust me. Don't get into a business which requires tremendous amount of customer support. Remember, customer support is not an activity that brings money into a business. It's an activity that sucks money out of the business. Number 16, 10 hours per week. Initially, when you start a business, it might take some time to set up. You might find yourself spending 10 hours per day on the business. However, once the business is set up, it should not take you more than 10 hours per week to operate the business. When I say a week, I am not counting weekends. So if you look at 10 hours per week, I am talking about 10 hours over 5 days, which means per day, you should not be spending more than 2 hours on this business, which also means that your business should be heavily dependent on systems, not on human labor. Your business should not be dependent on man hours. Those 2 hours that you spend in your business should only be for specific activities which only you can do. Everything else can be either automated or outsourced. Anything and everything that can be automated in your business must be automated. There are enough systems available online at very affordable prices that can completely automate your business. As I said earlier, we live in an information age. So take advantage of these platforms. I will make separate episodes to talk about these tools and softwares and systems that you can set up in your business. In fact, I will share with you the tools and software that I am using in my business, which completely runs my business on autopilot without requiring my physical presence at all. So make sure that the business that you start should not take more than 10 hours per week after it has been set up. Number 17, setup cost of less than $200. Don't start a business which requires you to spend more than $200 as the initial startup cost. Ideally, a true entrepreneur is always the one who starts the business without investing a single penny of his own. However, $200 is something that is easily manageable. And since he will be starting an online business, $200 is about the limit of it. You can set up websites these days for as low as $10. Some websites or pages can be set up for no money at all. I know some entrepreneurs who don't even use a website. Their entire business is set up on a Facebook page. Now tell me, how much money does it cost to create a Facebook page? Zero, right? That's called true entrepreneurship. Don't start a business which requires you to spend more than $200 as the initial setup cost. The criteria that I am discussing here is so important that it will keep your cost of failure low. Imagine that you start a business that does not require you to spend more than $200. Now, if that business fails, how much money do you lose? Hardly anything, right? Do you get the point now? Number 18, first sale in less than 3 months. Whatever business you start, make sure you get that first sale within 3 months of starting that business. If you don't get your first customer in the first 3 months of starting the business, then probably there is no demand for the product or service that you are offering through this business. So please keep that point in mind. Number 19, side hustle with potential. Ideally, the business that you start should initially be a side hustle. You don't want to be quitting your job and starting a business. Financially, if that is possible, then that would be the best thing that you can do for yourself. However, if you are like most other people who are having some financial constraints, then you are better off starting a side hustle online. However, the side hustle must have future potential. It must become a good business in the future, which allows you to quit your 9 to 5 job completely. This side hustle must eventually morph into a full-time business for you. That's the kind of side hustle you need to get into. That is why I am a very strong supporter of online businesses. I have started and failed in multiple businesses. I can tell you that starting an online business is the best thing that you can ever do for yourself. This keeps your cost of failure low. Number 20, zero capital raising. You are not going out trying to raise capital from family, friends, angel investors, and venture capitalists. I am not talking about those kind of businesses here. Those are the kind of businesses which take time to set up. We want to be in a business which takes less than 2 months to set up, which is easy to start, and which can generate revenue within 3 months of starting that business. So, we are talking about a small business here. We are talking about a small online business here, a business where you can quickly start to see some money so that your confidence begins to grow. Starting a business is difficult, but scaling that business is not very difficult. To scale a business, all you need is confidence that your concept is working in the market. You only need the confidence that customers are buying your product and will keep buying your product in the future if you decide to expand. So don't go out there raising capital. In fact, if your business requires too much capital to start, then that is not a business that you should be getting into, unless you are some startup junkie. Okay. Point number 21, the last one, zero inventory business. This is just another way of saying just start a digital product business. You don't want inventory costs in your business. There are a lot of headaches that come with managing inventory. A digital product solves this problem. With a digital product, there is no concept of inventory. You can sell unlimited copies, which means the revenue that your business can potentially earn is unlimited. We want to be in a business where the revenue potential is unlimited. So, those were the 21 different criteria that I want you to consider before even you think of starting a business. The reason why I have created this criteria for you is because I don't want you to get into the wrong business. Remember that statistic I told you earlier, 9 out of 10 businesses fail in the first 5 years of operations. If you don't want your business to be in one of those 9, then please carefully consider these criteria that I have mentioned here. This will keep you on the right track. You will not waste your time with the wrong kind of business. So now the question is, what kind of a business meets all of these criteria that I have mentioned above? The answer is there is no perfect business that will meet all of the 21 criteria that I have mentioned here. However, there are some business models which can hit at least 15 out of these criteria. If you get 15 out of 21 in your business, I think that should be more than enough. Here is a list of some business models that I can think of right off the bat. None of these businesses will meet all the criteria that I have mentioned above, but I have seen other people get into these kinds of businesses, and they have been able to scale these businesses into multi-million dollar businesses, and that too in a very short period of time. So this list is important. Here are those business models. I don't want to discuss these business models here in detail. I will make separate episodes for that. But here are some ideas to ponder upon: drop shipping, Kindle book publishing, audio courses, video courses, ebooks, group coaching online, membership sites, digital marketing, content writing, blogging, e commerce, virtual assistant, affiliate marketing, online graphic design, freelancing, online one on one coaching and mentoring, online event management, online virtual summits, and there are many more. These are some of the business models which I have seen work, and they are scaling rapidly. I am sure there are more businesses out there that can hit 15 out of our 21 criteria. So please study the criteria that I have mentioned here and try to find out business models that meet at least 15 of them. It will prevent you from getting into the wrong business. And by the way, the best business model that you can get into is a digital course business. This is what I have chosen for. This is what I have chosen in my business. Of all the businesses that I mentioned above, a digital course business is the one that can scale to multi-million dollars in a very short period of time if you do it correctly. Please consider getting into that. Okay. So, my question to you is this: are you willing to put in the time to do your research to find out what are the business models available out there which might interest you? Let me repeat that question. Are you willing to put in the time to do your research to find out what are the business models available out there which might interest you? If you are truly serious about achieving financial freedom in your life, you will put in the time to do your research. I have confidence in you. Talking about financial freedom, again, I want to invite you to come and attend my free financial freedom masterclass, in which I am teaching people how to escape the 9 to 5 rat race in less than 5 years. The masterclass is 100% online, it is free. When you sign up, you will get your login details and you have lifetime access to it. So go ahead and claim your lifetime access to this masterclass. I will put the link in the description box or the show notes if you are listening to this on the podcast. This masterclass will get you started on your journey towards your goal of financial independence. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. I have given you enough food for thought here. I have given you enough food for thought here. I hope you got value out of this episode. This is your host Rohit signing off for now. I will see you same time, same place next week. Bye for now. Take care. Thank you so much.